Afternoon, Ollie.
Afternoon.
How important is it to get that win at Old Trafford and to build on the victory in Paris to really kickstart this, or continue this group, fine start to the group?
Well, we look at every single game as a chance to get 3 points, and in the group stage with 4 teams, you'd think 10 points it would get you through. So of course, to get to 10 points as quickly as we possibly can, is our aim, and now is our sole focus on the 3 points to tomorrow night.
How's the squad looking? Is there any absentees?
We are more or less the same squad. There's a couple of doubts and knocks, as you normally have after a midweek game or weekend games, tight games as we had against Chelsea. But I think we'll be more or less the same squad, yeah.
Fred Caldera.
Hi, Ole. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Pleasure to talk to you. I just would like you to evaluate the season so far of Fred. Of course, he's been appearing more often in your initial squad, and he's a player that you've said many times that you trust on. So I just would like you to evaluate his season so far.
Yeah, he's a very valuable player of the squad, a great boy to have in and around the team, and very positive. And his performances on the pitch have been positive when he's been on. He's getting better and better, more and more, and used to the Premier League. But you can see his fitness and his sharpness is very important for us in midfield, alongside Scott here next to me. They've had some fantastic games.
Paul Hurst.
Hi Ollie, with the number of games that you've got this season, can you just describe the benefits of getting through as quick as possible? Will it kind of give you a chance to rest players sort of later in the year?
I think this season is a very special one. We are in a special situation, circumstances. We play a game every 3 days. Sometimes it's 2 days in between. Sometimes you're lucky and have 3 days in between. But you're going to do it relentlessly until the end of the season. And then there's Euros, and then there's a new season. So, of course, any chance to give players a breather and a break would be very welcome. And another reason not to take any chances when the games come thick and fast, that you say push players too much, and because there's a risk of injury, and that human side of it is going to be a big thing this season. I think that you can look on telly and think, yeah, they're ready, but we need to look after the boys, and that's our job as a club, as a staff, medical staff and managers.
Andy Mitten.
Hi Ollie, what do you know about Red Bull Leipzig, and what type of game you're expecting?
I know they're not called what you just said. They are, of course, a club that's come up through the ranks very impressively, and they've almost improved every single season. Last season, third in the Bundesliga. Now started really well, got to the semi-final. And they're really going for the big trophies. You have a young coach, very proactive coach, very interesting coach to watch, who's very adaptable, and with players who've got high energy, high tempo. All in all, they've been very interesting to follow the last few years.
Ben Ransom.
Hi Ollie, a slightly off topic if you don't mind, but I don't know if you've seen today the FA have launched a football leadership diversity code. Now the aim is for clubs to voluntarily hit targets to hire a proportion of BAME candidates for coaching roles and in executive roles. Look, we all know there is a serious problem. I just wonder whether you had any thoughts on whether this is going to be the thing that finally starts to see some positive progress. I know, for example, United are one of the clubs to have already signed up.
Yeah, we've signed up, and of course there's been so many disappointing incidents lately, both on and off the pitch, off the field. So yeah, we want to be part of it, and hopefully there'll be a change, because my color or race doesn't make me a better or worse coach. That's as simple and common sense as normal.
Pia Moonstein.
Hi Ollie, hi Scott.
Hiya.
Hi.
Hiya. You said that, Ollie, some great performances, obviously, from Fred and Scott recently in midfield. With Pogba getting back fit, Donny looking strong too. How have you found balancing those places in midfield in an area that's so competitive? And Scott, for you, how has that pushed you in your game as well, playing with so many great players around you?
I can start, Scott. Yeah, it's going to be a long season, and of course the depth of our squad is better now. And to leave players out like last game, Donny, Nemanja, and Paul start on the bench as midfielders. No, they're all experienced international footballers, and it's not easy. But then, as I said, we have so many games this season, and they're all going to play a big, massive part, and in different periods of the season. So I don't think anyone will be able to play all of them. So balance, when you put 11 together, that's important, that they all work well as a team. And is it 3, is it 4, is it 2? There's all sorts of discussions that we... and who's on form, who maybe needs a break, and all these little things.
Yeah, I feel like whenever we do play with different rotations in midfield, I feel like we're all more than capable of playing with each other. I feel like there's not just a stereotype of etc. has to play with whoever and stuff like that. I feel like the coaches and the manager have big belief in all of us and the way that we perform in matches, and he's dead right in the way that players sometimes need a break, and some might be playing a little bit better than others, and vice versa. So I feel like for us all, we're all just happy to play alongside each other. There's not a designated 2 or 3 or 4 which can just play together. I feel like we're all very adaptable in terms of the way that we play.
Omar?
Okay, hello Ole. My name is Omar Katuba. I'm Nigerian, but I'm based in Germany. My question is more like a follow-up to your what you just responded to. Talking about the midfield, how is it trying to balance the team's midfield with Van der Beek and Pogba having to sit recent games? Is there any sort of pressure trying to satisfy players through team's rotation?
You know, I've been part of a successful Man United team myself, and we had 2 players in every single positions. And I think now the most successful teams, the teams that have been winning trophies, they have competition for places. And as you said, it's not easy to leave players out. It's very difficult. But the pressure is, I don't feel that pressure. The pressure is on getting results and picking a team that we think is going to win the next game. Even planning the next 2, 3, 4 games, because we need to win more than just one game. But it's a nice challenge and a nice problem to have. I'd rather have that one than having to play players that are not ready and not really ready for the Premier League.
Rob Dawson?
Hi, it's a question for Scott, really. I mean, we've heard the manager talk a lot about how tough it's been on the players fitness-wise because of such a short summer. But just for you as a player, I mean, how tough has it been to go through a pre-season where there's been very little work physically and just going straight into games one after the other?
Yeah, I feel like in terms of our pre-season that we had was very minimal. I think we had one friendly game at Aston Villa, and other than that, it was the bare minimum. That was the way that this season's panned out with obviously the virus and different things like that. So for us, it's the games are a chance to get fit, and I feel like the start of the season is firmly about getting your feet together and get everything moving, and then now we're starting to see proper fitness levels and everybody really pushing for every single game, and everybody's fighting fit in the squad now. I feel like everybody's really dialed in and focused on getting in the team and staying there as well.
Elena?
Hello, Ole. Hello, Scott. My name is Elena. I'm from the Leipziger Volkszeitung, the daily newspaper at Leipzig. Coach, this is really a question for you. What do you think would be the one particular difficulty, the one particular challenge playing against RB Leipzig? Do you fixate maybe on one player or some kind of lineup of the opponent, and are you ready to take them on tonight?
Well, it's when you prepare for games, you watch quite a few of the opposition games, but of course we have followed Leipzig the last few years, and especially in Europe, and the top games, the big games in the Bundesliga. And I know Julian, he is very adaptable. He's capable of putting teams up in different kind of formations, but the style is always there. The style is always, he wants to dominate. It's high tempo, it's high pressure. So for us, we prepare for a difficult game against a team that can play in many different ways. So our focus is on ourselves, that we have to give them problems and make sure that we solve whatever problems they can give us. It's one of those coaches and teams that you don't really know what's going to happen until you watch them or until it's live. So it's a game I'm looking forward to very much.
Jamie Jackson.
Oh, hello there. Just on Donny van der Beek, is it a surprise he's not played more? I don't think he started in the Premier League. Should he be surprised? Should we be surprised?
Well, when players come into a new league, to a new team, it's always going to be a time of that he adapts. Donny has played, when he's played really well. I think it says a lot about our depth of quality in the squad that we don't have to use him every single game because we have other players as well. And I also think it says everything about our ambitions. We want to go push on. We want to go and challenge for trophies this season. Donny is going to play a big part this year. And at the moment, I've realised the topic is Donny van der Beek, and it's nice for some players or commentators to have a little go, and I know that you're short for time when you're on telly and you have to put your points across very quickly, but you have to know that you don't have to start the first 3 games to be a very important player in a squad. And I would be disappointed if some of my teammates said I wasn't important at Man United, but I didn't start many games. So Donny is going to be very, very important for us. Don't worry about that.
Simon Peach.
A question for Scott, just following on from that really. What have you made of Donny, and also this increased competition in midfield areas since Bruno and Donny's come in? How much does that help you improve your game?
Yeah, you see the way that Donny comes to training every day, a big smile on his face, wanting to work hard, wanting to really, really impress everybody. And as the manager says, I'm so confident that Donny will be such an important figure in this team and throughout the whole season. And the way that he's brought up has lifted everybody else, along with Alex, with Edinson. Them big signings like that who are top quality players can really lift the dressing room. And I feel like we've seen that already with the way that Alex played in Paris, and obviously Donny coming off the bench and showing what ability he's got whenever he has come on the pitch. So I feel like there's no time to panic for Donny. I feel like people can be so quick to come to an assumption that he's not played or different things like that. Give him time, let him adapt to the league, let him really settle into his new house or wherever he's living, and really let him concentrate on the season.
And what about yourself? I was just going to say, what about yourself? The competition for places, I guess, at a club like United, that will only help you improve your game.
Yeah, that's normal. Like whenever you play for Man United, if you don't have any competition for places, then I feel like you should be a little bit worried. Where if nobody's pushing you or nobody's wanting your shirt off you, then you have to come into training every day with that mindset and that ambition to really keep improving. And the coaches, obviously the manager, Kieran and Michael, and everybody else has really helped me over the last 2-3 years really adapt and become a better player, because I feel like this time 3 years ago is a very different player to what we're seeing now.
Okay, so no more hands are raised. So the last question to Stefan.
Yeah, it's Stefan Krause, Bild-Zeitung Leipzig. It's a question for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There was always rumors about a move from Dayot Upamecano to Manchester last summer. What do you think about him, and would he fit into your team?
There's always rumors and speculation about good players for Manchester United. So I've always tried to respect that they are players for other teams and don't want to comment on every player that we are linked to. But since he's playing against us tomorrow, I know he's a very good player, so we can see him close up tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much.